wonderfully theatrical free dance. Evan portrays the astronaut, Madison the extraterrestrial.
And I don't know if you'll get a better example of why these two are one of the best in the world than this lift right here.
The first thing I'm thinking is you guys are going into your third Olympics together. And so I want you to compare what it was like the first time you're going to the games together to what it feels like going into Beijing this year.
Wow, the first time I felt like such a little spring chicken. Everything was so new. I didn't know what to expect. And Evan had been to the games in Vancouver previously with his partner, so he was kind of like my little guiding light there, helping me manage my energy and understand the ins and outs of the Olympics. And there was a lot of walking, a lot more than I expected, and the energy, it really of the whole environment and meeting other athletes, it was very different than any other competition that I had ever been to. And so having Evan there as an experienced Olympic veteran was very helpful. But yeah, now going in, I feel like we have a much better grasp, not only on the Olympic Games, but as who we are as athletes and as people. And that's really helpful and comforting to know all of the things that we've learned and have that knowledge to lean back on.
In Pyeongchang, obviously you didn't have the outcome that you would have liked. So how would you describe what happened at the last games?
Well, Pyeongchang was, it was a difficult experience, honestly. We clearly were very disappointed to fall in the free dance, and it was a real struggle that year for us. We did absolutely the best.
We were as prepared as we could have been.
We did the best we could. But I feel like, we fell, and then after we fell, we got up, we got back into the program, we finished really strong, and then after that, we got flooded with messages from people who were like so inspired by the resilience and the bounce back that we showed. And I think really in a way that's kind of what the Olympics is all about. It's about perseverance, it's about, pushing through difficulty and failure. And, after that we moved to Montreal and started a new chapter. And, I think going back to the games in Beijing, it's like now we have the opportunity to write the ending that we want.
Mm-hmm. It was almost like that moment was a catalyst for what was to come and inspired us to keep going and to know that we weren't done. After we finished the competition, we were like, well, we can't stop now, or we have to keep going and write our end of the story. So that's what we're doing. I mean, I think very shortly after we got off the ice and we may have still had our skates on, we were talking to each other and we're like, well, we can't stop now. That's exactly what we said to each other. And we're like, okay, 4 more years, let's do it.
It's changed us a lot. I think, one aspect is moving away from home, really for the first time for me, moving to a foreign country. But beyond just the environment, I think it's the coaching, it's the people. They've built an insanely cool culture in their school where everybody is super collaborative. They check the ego at the door. Everybody wants the best for the skater, and they make it about the skater. And when we moved here, we were no spring chickens, as you say, but we fell in love with skating again. Like just the simplicity and the joy of getting on the ice every day.
So what are the words you use to describe your style?
I would say we're very innovative when it comes to our program concepts and our elements. I think we have a very elegant, classic style as well. We love putting on like a good show tune and having just like your classic dance look in a way, but we also give it our own like modern twist because we aren't a classic looking team, and we use our differences as strengths. And I think we kind of just keep reinventing ourselves. Like every year it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. We just like, okay, the end of the season we just burn, disintegrate, and then we're reborn into something new.
Yeah.
What are you guys reborn and birthing into going into Beijing?
So this year we are doing an outer space themed free dance, which is really, I think,
out there.
Kind of a risk to do something like that. But That's sort of kind of our MO this year, is high risk, high reward. We certainly don't want to just blend into the crowd. That's just not how we want to look back on this Olympic season and think to ourselves, we shouldn't have played it safe. So we're skating to Daft Punk. We're telling the story of an alien and an astronaut who meet in outer space and who ultimately find common ground, who find love for each other. And the message that we want to deliver is to find love for people who are from another place than where you're from.
What impact does being skaters that are also dating each other have on your ice dancing careers? What does it change?
I think it just allows us to keep exploring and know that we can go however far we want to go because we're in it together and we have the same goals and we're after the same thing, and it's not like there's somebody else waiting for us to carry on with a different chapter of our lives. It's like our goals are intertwined, and we definitely want all those things that you would want after a skating career, like a family, perhaps a different job. But since we're together and we're still loving what we do and we're very passionate about it, there's no telling how far we can take it, and we're just still enjoying every moment of it. The training, the competitions, just every aspect of our careers now. We're really just relishing and celebrating all the hard work that we've put in to get where we are today.
How has some of the adversity that you guys have been through, you mentioned the highs, but also those lows, deepened your relationship, made it stronger in a lot of ways?
The lows just kind of have strengthened our resolve to go after our goals, more wholeheartedly if possible. But I think as far as the relationship goes, it's proven that we're there for each other no matter what, because we actually have been in situations before that have been real struggles for one of us, physically, emotionally, mentally, and we know we have each other's back because we've been through it and we're stronger than we were, because of it.
About you, Maddie?
Yeah, I think all of those, not losses, not failures, because there is a win within every loss or a hardship. I think they have just pushed us. Like, if it was all easy and we had won every competition, maybe we wouldn't have pushed as hard to keep going or try to figure out something else, another path that might be better, harder, but better. And I think even now, every setback that we face only turns into a triumph in the end because we use it to fuel ourselves or we use it to learn and see what we can improve. So I think we honestly, those hardships are just as much of a win than an actual win is, if not more, because you learn something.
Now, most couples can barely stand each other when they come home from work and they're in the kitchen at the same time. You guys go to work, train together, you just have to work out together, you watch film together, and then you recreational probably just watch TV together. Yep. How do you manage to never get sick of each other when you're around each other constantly?
I don't know. I think it's just having a good attitude about it and, joking around, and I think humor is really at the core of our partnership. And it's true, we do spend a lot of time together, and when we're apart, it's
weird.
It's weird. I don't know.
It's healthy to take space for sure, and necessary at times, of course, but for the most part, we just love hanging out with you. And
we're friends.
We're friends.
We're best friends.
I think that's how it started. We were friends before we started dating, and that's really just the root and the base of our relationship is friendship.
What is it going to take for you guys to get on top of the podium in Beijing?
I think we already have what it takes. We've learned all that we need to know. We are already champions inside, and we feel that way. And it's just about putting all of our knowledge together and reminding ourselves that we are enough and we can do the job. All we need is each other to succeed. And we've already won, basically, by just the lessons and the career that we've had. We're grateful for where we are, and we know that winning isn't everything, and it's going to be amazing and incredible if and when it happens, but we know that the journey is the part that we have already won.
Love that. As Olympians, I think it's important that we represent the best that the Olympics has to offer, which is equality, fair play, perseverance, hard work, and giving everyone a fair shot.
We are all human, and at the end of the day, it's important to remember that every life is valuable and we should treat others how we want to be treated. That's why we put so much thought into the message that we wanted to convey in our free program, which is one of love and acceptance.
Ice dance obviously is a beautiful sport, and your passion for it is unmatched. Why is it that you have been so dedicated to this sport?
Ice dance is such a unique sport. It combines artistry and athleticism in a way that no other sport really does. We have so much creative freedom over what we put out on the ice and the message that we want to send or how we want to make the audience feel. And so that's really special for us to be able to work on our programs to cultivate that moment that we hope people will remember, and just a moment that will touch you in a way that you weren't expecting when you came to sit down for a figure skating event. And I think that's a really powerful and unique thing about our sport that's really special and is why I love it so much.
What about you?
I really love skating, and I feel like kind of when I get on the ice, I feel like a fish in water, you know? It just kind of, it's our thing. And I think the fact that we are a couple and that we skate together is also another component of why I love it so much. It's something that we share. It's something that we get to be creative together in. And, you know, the physical aspect of pushing yourself and trying to be better than you were yesterday, and, you know, showing up at a competition and delivering under pressure. I feel like skating has been like my school of life and has taught me so much, and I just love skating.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.